If you want to be a content creator, then you need to visualize yourself doing the work before you start doing. Because it begins in the mind. Like, you always have a dream that you want to do something. So you start envisioning yourself doing it in your head. Like, okay, if I want to talk about money, I will say this. And yourself will just start talking to yourself. Like, okay, in your head, it has to start in your head. How you will sound like, how you feel, how people will react when they see your video, all in the head. So that's how it's supposed to start. Otherwise, you're just going to be like having an idea, something important that you can share with people, but you're not doing anything about it. So it all starts in the head. Like, you need to come up with ideas. Like, okay, I want to talk about relationships, and this is what I'll mention because it matters. It's something else that someone else might learn from it. Yeah, and this is how I put myself, like, up for whatever it is that I want to do. Before I wasn't like this. I've always been the type of person that like want to do faceless content, but then I get to a point like, oh shit, a lot of people are doing content that shows their face. So what's wrong with that? Like, I walk around in the streets, people sees my face. There's nothing special about my face. I guess it's just been the fear of like, oh, I don't want to be famous, or I don't want to be that kind of person that gets recognized. But my face is not that kind of I don't have a face of a person that can be recognized in the streets. So that's good for me. So with that mentality, I just snapped out of that thought, like, okay, I need to come up on camera and just start talking about life itself, and be able to teach someone. And yes, I teach people through making my own content. I just vlog anything. If it's not gonna work, it's not gonna work. I'll be the first person that fails. So I told myself I'm gonna do this for 2, 5 years or 20 years or forever until Jesus shows up. So yes. It's important that you visualize yourself doing things, having conversation in your head about whatever it is that you want to share, talk about. It's important. Like anytime you have an idea, just come up on camera. Like, buy a GoPro or a cell phone that it just requires you to click. Don't buy complicated materials like a heavy camera that needs you to put it on stand and all that stuff. Buy a GoPro. Like, there's like a GoPro. We have a DJI Pocket. You just flip the camera, click record, and put it on automatic. Don't make it complicated for yourself. And that's how content creation works. So I know I don't have anything, but I'm gonna have everything. When Mr. Beast had no equipment, had nothing, he was just himself, just showing up on camera. Okay. He shows up, starts counting, he shows up, maybe playing game. He had nothing. So somehow he managed to get people's attention, and everything changed. And then when he had everything, or when he starts making money, that's when he has everything. Like, you start investing. Right now I don't have anything, so I just shows up here and start talking, because that's the easiest thing I could do. So yeah, envision things. It's more important. Envision yourself. Listen to yourself. Talk to yourself. That's what's important. Like, when they say know yourself, you need to know how you was made, your body. One special thing about animals is that they communicate through frequency. They just make sounds to indicate whatever they're going through. Like, if an animal or a bird is scared, it does make a different sound. Like a chicken, when it's it's in fear or whatever, you can hear it making a sound. Same thing with the dog. they do communicate. That's frequency. Like you actually, like, understanding what that sound means in animals. Like, well, when a dog makes this sound, means it's in pain, it's in fear, it's trying to defend itself. Same thing with yourself. You need to understand yourself. Like, okay, what does your body tells you? Because as human beings, we are different from animals. Like, we are made up of the spirit, the mind, and the body itself. So if you understand these three things, then you'll be able to understand yourself that, okay, there is an animal side in you, which is the body part. And there's a spirit side of you, which is, the God side of a human being. And there's the mental part, the mind, where this is just a recording of our experiences each and every day. Like, if someone else did something to me, if it's painful, I have a record of like painful memory, If he does something good, that means I have a memory of like something good happening to me, and I have like affinity or a feeling of love towards the person or whatever it is. Then the spirit, this is just never dies. It's just something that it's who we are. We get into these bodies. So the body is made up of mitochondria. These are like cells that came together using 109 minerals, like bones. They're made up of calcium. These are cells. Cells that uses calcium are called bones. The brain uses carbon and copper, we call it the brain. So these are cells. They come together to form an organ. Like cells make tissues. Tissues make organs. Organs make systems. Systems makes a human being, like the whole human, like the fresh. It's complete, So if cells are living creatures, it's not like they don't communicate. They do communicate, and they do have their own language. So you have to learn yourself, like understand yourself as a creature that has three parts. Like, what does your body tells you? We have stress, depression, anxiety. All these mean something. Happiness. We have sad moments. We have like different moods that we get into, like hardcore mode. Like, you just want to work. You just want to like go hard and everything. Like, we have different hormones that like triggers moods and behavior. So you have to understand the body in that angle. Like, if you have stress, what does your body tells you? What does stress indicate? Stress indicates that you're not doing something that you're supposed to be doing. Either you have like an addiction that you love, which is masturbation. You just need quick pleasure, then after that you sleep. But then if you chase painful experiences, the reward is happiness, so you become happy. So you need to understand your body. Like, okay, what does my body tells me? So body speaks to you through emotions. Yes, and these emotions are called electric motions, or when a hormone comes into the blood, you actually can feel it. Like, you can feel love, hate. You can feel all these things, like joy. Like when you smoke weed, you have like a feeling. Dopamine gives you dopamine. HTC triggers dopamine. When you are sad, that's like, I think it's cortisol. When you're in love, it's forgot the name of it. Yes, serotonin or something like that. Yeah. So each and every feeling is triggered by a hormone. There's other hormones they cannot be measured or identified. So you just have to listen to yourself. What frequency are you vibrating at? Because cells, animals or cells, whatever, they talk through frequency by making sounds, feelings, all these things. So you can feel it. So if okay, cool, I don't have this, I don't have that. How does that make you feel? Does that make you feel like a loser? So if you don't do something about it, you stay a loser. I mean, if I don't have money, I don't have a job, that makes me feel useless. So I have to go against that. So it's more like I'm listening to myself and responding like, okay, cool, I'm in this situation. If I need to step out of it, then, I'll go all the way in and just like, hustle hard. Like, if I need a job, I start looking for a job. If I still don't get a job, I create a fucking job. That's who I am. If I need love and I'm not finding the right person, that means it's my job to go out there and engage with people, like girls, talk to 20 girls each and every day until I find the right one. Some people might call it like, are you cheating at the beginning, or you don't find love by doing whatever you're doing, but I'm trying to find the right person. So the more you reach, the more you find. So I might take like numbers of like 20 or 30 girls, but maybe 5 of them, they might show interest. And that's how it is. That means I have to pay attention to the ones that are responding. Same thing with hustle. You have to hustle, try whatever it is, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, push until you see the one that you know, okay, cool, this one is working, it's working for me. Or just pick one and, lock in, try to understand it. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, don't just put your eggs in one basket. So try out things. Like, what I'm saying is, like, understand yourself, know yourself, and if you find out what it is, that you want to do, like, start working towards achieving it by, first of all, envisioning yourself doing the work that requires you to get it done. Then it becomes more easy. Like, before I come to the camera, I used to envision myself talking to the camera, and now I'm doing it. It was hard because it required a little bit of a practice. So I did videos in the past of me, like, just talking to the camera each and every day, boring videos, no good thumbnails. I don't do thumbnails on my videos, just record and post it. I'll be doing thumbnails maybe next year because I'm a little bit too lazy because I don't have, like, nice equipment, whatever. But yes, I'll get a laptop. I do have a phone, but it's just like, I'm not good with thumbnails. But then, it's something that I need to learn how to do, because if I'm not getting views, whatever, it might be the problem that I'm not putting good thumbnails, but that's not my aim. My aim is just want to, like, make videos at least 1 year straight, like 360 days or 300 days. Then after that, I will see what I have learned, what I have achieved, and now take it to another level, like, do 600 days, like, non-stop, just posting videos each and every day. And also, with good thumbnails, title, description, everything. So yes, it all begins in there. Envisioning it and start doing the work. So now I'll be envisioning myself making thumbnails, learning how to make thumbnails using my cell phone so that people can get this information, because somebody might need this information, but you're not accessing it because I'm not doing the real work. So see you guys on the next video.